So today we're going to try installing this new turbo inlet that I got from Speedline Garage. Basically, we're going to be taking off the intake, and this is the piece that comes directly off of the turbo. Supposed to possibly amplify some sound and maybe even make it a little bit faster. We will see. Going to give it a shot and then give you guys some sound effects after. But we'll walk through here how to do the install. Basically, I'm going to be taking the intake off. If you guys don't know how to take an intake off of your car at this point, or there's probably a million videos out there on how to take the intake off your car. So I'm not going to really show taking the intake off. I'm just going to be showing how to install this right here. Let's get to it. All right, so down in here, you can see this is the turbo inlet right here. This piece has to come off, and then I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there are some screws that have to come out. They don't look like they're going to be too bad to get to, but this piece right here has to come off. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver, we're going to pop that piece there, and this should slide right off. All right, so for this, I grabbed a flathead screwdriver here. And then hypothetically, yep, and it pops right off like that. Just be careful not to break this hose, it's pretty brittle. The next thing that you're going to have to look at is where these screw holes are here. So obviously we have this pipe that comes off here is this pipe right here. So it's going to sit like this. So now we're going to want to look at where the screw holes are. So there's going to be one on the top and one on each side there. Looks like it is eTorx. I believe it's a T30. We're going to give a T30 a shot. Oh yeah, no problem. All right, so we're going to take the charge pipe off. It looks like it's going to be the easiest way to do this. So just got to loosen up these two bolts here. All right, got the top part of the charge pipe loose. Now we got to pop this bottom piece loose. Got the clip. Goes in just like that. And the charge pipe should pop right off. There we go. And that should free up that last bolt. Okay, that's loose. So there we go. Got that loose. Here we are. Gotta pop this sensor off. Okay. And now we have the old inlet out. There is going to be a small problem though, because this is a PCV valve heater. We're no longer going to have that. All right, so there is an O-ring right here that you got to keep on there. So don't lose that. Similar, but not the exact same to this. Obviously it sits differently, but sitting there just about like that. And we got to take these bolts out of here. So I'll show you how to do that next. Yep, you just press out. So I just hammered it with the back of my screwdriver here. I want the slit facing upward. It's actually a lot easier than it probably is going to look. Get a flathead in there, just pry it open, and then comes right out. All right, so we have our new inlet, got the screws, and they're going just like this. Just gotta line it up. I'm gonna put this down in here where this turbo is. Just gotta line up the screw holes, which should be fairly easy to do. Okay, now we're just working these things down. It seems as though the hard part's over. All right, now I gotta get the charge pipe back lined up. I gotta put the top of the charge pipe back in place. Should be real simple. And then the last thing we got to do here is pop this piece right here on. It should line up really nice. Pull this thing loose. Just pop it out a little bit. And then this should slide. There we go, slap on. All right, and it snaps on itself. Now remember not to break that hose, be real careful. All right, the only thing that we're gonna have is this PCV heater here that isn't gonna plug into anything. It may cause you a check engine light. Probably have to get that coated out, but we'll find out shortly.